Hold on a second. Boop. Good morning, afternoon I should say, and happy Easter from the Flying Can Ranch at Cedar Creek Lake, Texas. Today I want to talk about not one, but two products. So the first thing we're going to go over very quickly is, well, not quickly, because I'm doing this video again. I got a little sketchy on the first one and I watched it and I said, okay. We're going to talk about the Hatsan Jet 2, and this particular one is in 22 caliber. It can be had in 177 and 22, this one, or 25 caliber. We'll come on down the line, we'll go down here, we'll show you the business end. Now, very quickly for specs, Hatsan Jet 2 is called that because it has two 40cc cylinders. I believe they're 3,625 or 250 bar to fill this one, whereas the Jet 1 only has one tank. So, moving along. And I'll read you something from the manual, so we'll kind of be informed as possible. So, the overall length is 22.8 to 24.6. And the reason is this collapsible stock, and we'll get to that. The barrel length is 7.90. It is a rifled barrel. The overall weight is about 3.40 pounds. And this is not a weaver rail, it is a dovetail rail. So you need to know that when you come to scope it. When it's, just so you know, look at this very carefully, takes about 85 pumps for where the yellow meets the green to get this back up. It's not hard to do it. I've done it several times, and that's why I'm very tired today. And so be it. It has a nice rubber butt pad. If we flip it around, there's a screw right here that you've got to really loosen up quite a bit. I'll get it out right about there. And you can adjust, and it's kind of notched, hard to do on the, I was going to show you. Bring it out a little more maybe. You can raise or lower, let me turn this around. There you go, you can hear it clicking. You can raise or lower that cheek piece and then tighten that back up. Now, we've got that covered. We're going to turn it back around. It's got a nice stippling here, finger grooves for right or left hand, and it's a very unusual gun. Is that who I think it is? I don't think so. So there that is. Now, I want to show you something. You have a flip-up front sight over here, and that will come up. When it's in this configuration, you want to flip up this sight. And there's a little emblem. I don't think you can see it on the video. There's a little emblem that shows like carbine. And when you go to pistol mode, and we'll get to that, you're going to use this sight. Now these sights have a little knob right back here that you can raise or lower the sights with, but there is no elevation. And maybe my old eyes or whatever, that is the challenge. So that being said, we'll flip that down. We're going to come back around here, and I forgot one of my props, but that's all right. You push this little button down here at the bottom, and you can just kind of wiggle and pop. That comes right off, and there you go. You are in pistol mode. It's not overbearing to hold, and of course, in pistol mode, you want the far rear sight up, and there you go. Now, I'm going to be very honest. Another thing I want to show you is that when you when you do this, you want to get that bottom piece in first, push up on the button, and bingo, you're back together. Now, you do have a flip up and down rear here, safety, like that. Now, one of the things I forgot to bring something with me, this does have an extended fill thing, so you can grab this right here. I don't know, I thought I had to do something to it, but I couldn't find it. And I had a thing with me to show you how to do this, but I left it on the pump. You can actually unscrew this and pull this away, and I was able to take just that end piece from the pump that I did on the Stoker, and it fit right on here. If you're on between the yellow, right on the yellow and the green, it takes about 85 good pumps to get that stoked up there. And be that as it may, it's not hard to pump up whatsoever. They say you get about 40 shots for a fill. I'll kind of digger with that. Now, you do have a nice side lever right here that will cock the gun. I've already cocked it once, and it comes out. I'm using a single shot tray. It comes with a single shot tray and one magazine. I want to say it holds 7 in the magazine. I can't remember. I slept since then. But I'm going to flip this down. I'm going to flip this up. And I want to show you something very quickly, because this gun is loud as hell. Now we're going to do this one time in this mode. Now I'm going to come over here so you can hear it, and it will take my safety off. That puppy's loud. Now, I got a hold of a company called Buckrail.com. They sell a variety of airgun accessories. And I first of all want to say thank you very much, Chris, from Buckrail.com, because he really went off the chart to help me acquire this product. I had their website, and every time I tried to order it, I would try to order one of each item, and I'd end up with 2 of each item, and then I ended up with 4, and I would edit it, and it just kept doing it. But he worked it up for me, sent me a link, put my stuff in, and bingo. Got it fast, too, really fast. So this is a Donnie FL adapter, and it's going to screw right into here, like so. Now this particular adapter or whatever is made, I believe, for this particular gun. If you have something else, you're welcome to try it. And this little piece will stay on, and you can go right through it. We'll take it off, and look what we have here. A air stripper, a 3D printed air stripper. So I gave about 35 for this adapter, and I believe 40 for this air stripper. So we're going to line that up like so, and we're going to screw that on there, and I want you to listen very closely. We're going to get in the same position. Now, I can get away with a lot of stuff in my neighborhood, but that sounded about like a 22 mag going off. Now I want you to listen. We'll drop the little pellet right down into that and close that up. We're going to do this twice, so listen to this. And I'm set up for carbine mode, and here we go. Is that bad or what? That's how quiet it got it. Again, thank you, Chris, from Buckrail.com for helping me out with that, because that was awesome. One more time, just for fun. Tell you right now, with that on there, you ain't gonna get it any quieter than that. Awesome product. Now, I'm gonna tell you that this is like a plastic. So I wouldn't advise picking the gun up by it or turning real fast and smacking it into a tree. You could damage it. But it works, and it's a lot cheaper than other air strippers, whatever name you want to give it, than what I've had in the past. So that being said, I'd like to take a moment to put my glasses on, and we'll go over a few things here real quickly in the manual. If you buy this in a 177 caliber, you're going to get about 810 feet per second at 20 joules at 10.3 foot-pounds of energy. If you roll it out 22 caliber, it is going to be 27 joules, and that will be 15.6 pounds of energy. And in 25 caliber, it is going to be 30 joules and 16.5 foot-pounds of energy. So that's from the book. So the manual kind of covers both ones. You can see there on the Jet 1 there at the top, the fill port is off the bottom of the gun. It has one cylinder, this has the two. That being said, now I'm going to put the scope back on this and do a couple of test shots, and then we're going to see about putting together a shooter review, and we will talk about that later. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack over this review, and once I do the shooter review, you might come to understand why. But moving right along, we'll get that lined up. And again, happy Easter. That's how we do it, the Flying Can Ranch. One thing I did forget to mention is on each side, I believe these are weaver rails on each side of that. So you could probably put a bipod on this pretty easily. And we'll move on. All right, so that's how we do it at the Flying Can Ranch. We'll see you in a little bit.